and Ray all asked a really good question. Can you keep the right arm moving and still stall the right shoulder? That is absolutely a yes. And that's what, you know, I had a guy on the forum say, Monty, I bought your short game video. It doesn't work. I'm keeping my right arm moving, but I'm not hitting the ball worth a crap. And then he posts his video and he's like, look, I'm keeping everything moving. And I'm just like, and then he didn't have any rotation on the backswing either. His shoulder literally moved like 1/4 of an inch in the backswing and 0 in the downswing. And it looked like this. It literally looked like this. And I'm like, well, you need to move your right shoulder a little bit. And he comes back to the farm next day, oh yeah, I'm fixed now. So the question that was asked, can you keep the right arm moving? And to digress a bit, people say, Monty, have you changed your swing philosophy in the last 6 years? And the answer is no. But I go back and look at the videos I made 6 years ago and I'm like, well, this guy, he kind of knows what he's talking about, but has no idea how to explain it correctly. So since I made my short game video, it's come to my attention that just saying keeping the right arm moving isn't quite enough. Because people will do this. Bro, Monty, my right arm can't move. But in the video I explained, you want to get it all the way over here, and practicing getting the shaft up on your left shoulder is a good drill. But look what has to move for me to do that. So right now, to use Ray as an example, Ray likes to drop his right shoulder. You know, he doesn't obviously look that bad when he hits it. You see, this didn't move. And look at how much my hands had to, you know. So that's why I've started talking about, you know, I talked yesterday about moving the femur to Henry. Move the humerus as far forward as you can. So the humerus is the bone from the elbow to the shoulder. So that's how I talk now. Get the humerus as far forward as you can. So as you can see, that keeps me moving. And as you guys all witnessed yesterday, the same swing problems you have over here, you have over there. So conversely, if you solve your move over there, you'll solve some of your issues over there. So getting back to the original question, one of the huge keys in the golf swing, and if you watch great players, you will see this in all of them, with, you know, the Jim Furyk funky move and the Dustin Johnson bowed left elbow, the Bobby Jones, you know, long and across the line, Jack Nicklaus's flying right elbow. You see all of them do one thing. They keep their head back pretty well and get the right shoulder forward pretty well. Whereas you see a lot of golfers that have problems, Jake, watch what happens to the right shoulder when the head moves forward. Right shoulder didn't move at all. So if you can learn a golf swing from a basic concept where your right shoulder gets as far forward as you can without your head moving forward, all of a sudden you get shallow angle of attack and shaft lean. So watch. My right shoulder, I'm going to get that thing extending that way as far as I can without moving my head forward. Okay? Now even though I thinned it, I got those hands way out here. I hit it off the bottom groove, but that thing, that L wedge, you saw it, was about that high off the ground. So I could control the trajectory and the spin. And I was obviously over-exaggerating the point to get it done. But now watch what happens to the trajectory and the lack of shaft lean when the shoulder stays back and the head gets forward. You know, lunge forward, this didn't budge, did it? Stayed right there. Flippy, flippy. So if you can just have a basic swing idea where this goes that way and this stays here, watch the rotation of my shoulders. Look at how well those rotate, and look where I get my hands to.
And your whole torso is moved.
Yeah. So I can easily, oh, I got to have shaft lean, I'm flipping. Got to get the hands and arms further forward. Okay? All of this, fire the lower body and let the arms be passive and drop. How the hell am I going to get shaft lean from there? That's all I got. And like I said yesterday, and I'm saying this for David's benefit because he's a new guy, is the body will absolutely speed up and rotate more if you get your arms out in front of you. And it will absolutely stall if your arms get behind you. So, which comes back to the original point. If your head is staying back and your shoulders moving forward, look how that pulls the arms right out in front of me. Okay? To me, these are some of the core essentials in a golf swing. Lag, shaft lean, lead with the lower body, all of those tried and true cliches, they're parts. How is my, just as a rhetorical question, how in the world will my body not pivot hard if I do this? Look at how awkward this looks. As soon as the body feels this happen, it's gonna fire. Which I know in my own golf swing, when my right shoulder drops, my hips stall at impact, and my right knee locks out to give me room to get my hands out there. When my right shoulder works forward, look at how much my body opens up. Look at how much my hips open up. And it's not a reach, and it's not, you don't need to be an expert on the golf swing to understand that if you get your arms out in front of the rotation of your body, and then your body rotates, there isn't going to be a lot of club face rotation. So, that makes sense to everybody?
Say that last part again.
Okay, if I get my arms in front of my body and then my body rotates really hard, there isn't going to be a whole lot of face rotation, okay? And if your body is moving left, that kind of takes right out of play. And if there's not a lot of face rotation, that kind of takes left out of play. So in my mind, this is the way a golf swing works. You do something in the backswing. You know, we can debate all day long what's right on there, because you go to a tour event, you're going to see 150 different golf swings. Okay? Do something. Okay? Then from here, there's a slight shift of pressure into the left side where the hips don't turn yet. And as that's happening, the arms get forward and link up to the rotation of the body. Then the body can fire as hard as it wants, and look where I get to. It's this whole culture of let the arms be passive, pivot-driven swing, let the lower body. I go on these rants at every one of these clinics. It's like everybody thinks I teach an arm-driven swing, and I'm like, that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. What I teach is the anti-this. How am I supposed to drive the club to the ball from here? And that's not an exaggeration. I mean, literally 1 out of every 2 or 3 mid-handicap golfers, 5 to 15 handicap golfers, comes to me, and they're like this. Their hips are gone, their knees are almost touching, and I call it the 747 gap. You could fly 747 through there, all right? Whereas I say, look, we discuss feels about how to go from here to there, and then they get to impact like this as soon as I do that, without me even telling them to pivot their body. The whole point of the golf swing is get from here to here, and then go. So like when I discuss backswing ideas with you, you're doing something that's making it hard to go from here to here. Make sense? Okay? So now on these little pitches, all you've got to do is move this bone right here, that way. And you're going to do something. You know, you may not hold it, you may not be close to the hole, but tell me that I'm ever going to hit a very bad shot out of any lie if I just go to here and get this bone forward. Not going to screw up too bad. Agreed? You know, oh, I bladed it. Oh, I chunked it. You know, oh, I'm too steep. I put the club in the ground. Look at how little this moved. Move this forward. Okay?